If you want something to manifest, just visualize that it's already happened and have gratitude, and try to bring gratitude closer and closer to your present moment.
Hey there, everybody. I'm here with my friend Evan Rock, and I would love to share with you today. We would love to share with you our stories on how we've kind of changed our lives around quite a bit. So before we jump into it, Evan, you've been on the island here for how long now?
Like 3.5 years, maybe a little bit longer. I first came in 2008 though, and I loved it, but I was like in the middle of a full-on corporate job, and I was like, this is not the time.
I've been on the island since October, maybe like eight or nine months now. Yeah, and I've had quite different experiences since I've been here. I didn't just come and land in one spot. I've been traveling around.
You've done it right. That's so important.
Yeah.
To like explore.
Yeah, trying to find if there is a place that resonates most, or maybe not.
Listening instead of trying to impose on reality.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I would love for you to share a little bit of your story and where you came from and just your journey of life, really, and like the big points that stood out to you.
Yeah.
And then I'll share mine afterwards, like the
Cool.
big things that have stuck out and helped propel me forward towards where I am now and really where I want to be.
Yeah. It's taken me a lot longer to get out here and live the life that I'm actively creating. I'm 30 now, and I went to business school, and right when I got out of business school, it was the Great Recession had just hit. It was like 2007, 2008, and I went into a commission-based job, and I was making $0, just living off the good graces of my parents and my girlfriend at the time. And I was learning a lot though, and I realized that like I need to just make connections and network and figure out, what it is that I can add value to some company, or what kind of skills I can do. And I became better at financial analysis for real estate, and I eventually started a syndication company with a few guys and did that for 6-7 years before moving out here. And I just saved my money up because I knew like what it was like to get out of school, and just times were really hard back then. And now there's a lot more abundance in the world. I mean, there's still systemic problems with our economy and all kinds of things are going on, but things are a lot better now. So what I eventually did is I moved here to the Big Island and bought a piece of land. In the last few years, I've been building a retreat center. We had our 6th retreat this last March, which was really successful. Each one we've learned how to improve the event, improve the week, make it more ceremonial, go on awesome adventures, make better food, and have amazing community building, introspective activities that lead to lots of transformation within the individuals. And this is a vision that I've had in my mind since 2012 when I went to Costa Rica, and I went to Finca de Vida, a farm retreat center in Costa Rica, for Chris Kendall and Dr. Sam's retreat, which was amazing. And I met them through the whole fruit-loving community and going to Woodstock Fruit Festival and all that. And I've been in that world for a while now. And when I was struggling in business, I was just like, okay, maybe I'll just be really healthy. And then this time that I'm working on building equity, building savings and all this stuff, it's not like time wasted. So I think that's a choice that everyone can make, is like, what kind of future do I want to create? What is this choice in this moment? Is this loving? Am I eating food that's good for me? Am I working on building skills or building relationships or investing? Am I saving my money? And that's what I started focusing on like in my 20s, and eventually took my nest egg and came here and bought a piece of land, and now I'm on this new adventure. Life is just an adventure. And I'm learning so much here, like how to build, how to farm, how to live with other people. It's all part of the experience.
So you one day were like, I need to get healthy in order for this to all be worthwhile?
I've always been interested in health ever since I broke my elbow really bad when I was like 18. And since then I've just been exploring different diets and like trying different exercises, and it's been like a side passion of mine, like a hobby. But I think I did make that connection that like if you don't like your current circumstance, that's even more of a reason to be healthy in that moment, because if you don't like your job, well, just do it until you're able to, until something else manifests and you have another opportunity. But don't like be unhealthy during that period, because then when you do have that other opportunity, you're just going to be older and sicker. You know, build your health now. It's just like any other investment. You're investing in your health.
Yeah, totally. Do you feel like there were any individuals or like big events that took place that you would consider like pivotal moments that helped
Yeah.
you, you know?
Definitely. YouTube is like a crazy game changer in our day and age, because you have such an access to different ideas and so much information. And I just started like absorbing other people's, I guess, ways of looking at the world. And that like learning experience through the University of YouTube like really shaped the course of my life, and it probably would be a lot different if I didn't have that access to see how other people were choosing to live. Like I didn't know that this was possible until I started looking at YouTube, like people living off grid, people growing their own food, people living closer to nature and the source of like where all abundance comes from. And it's grown in the Aina, it's grown in the ground. So that was like something that really excited me, and it might have become like just a fantasy, but now that I'm out here, it's like there's clearly a reality to like what it takes to actually live closer to nature. It takes a lot of shedding of layers of accumulated like I guess just conditioning that this world where we expect like food comes from a supermarket, or to travel, I go on in this car. You know, it's like there's other realities that we're not used to, and coming closer to living with the land means shedding and letting go of some of those realities, and letting nature start to speak to you, letting nature start to teach you. And I think that's why it's so awesome that you came here and you drove around the island and you like listen, like what place here do I resonate with?
Yeah.
That's so important.
Yeah, absolutely. It wouldn't feel right to like jump into one place and try my roots there without going around and seeing what feels right as far as people, nature, day-to-day life, like what I'm doing in that area.
Yeah. So I'm curious about how you made that decision. What was the big thing in your life that said, hey, I want to get out of school and move to a tropical island and start being an entrepreneur and a self-starter and a YouTuber and all that stuff?
Yeah, well, there was definitely like an ongoing pull that I had. And then there were like many little events that took place, and people that I met and people that I watched on YouTube. And just kind of like blowing my mind, like, wow, there are so many different alternative ways of living than the one path that I was grown up taught, like, this is the path. So I guess it started out with, I don't know, when I was younger, I always had a desire to be different than other people. I never wanted the same clothes as other people. I wanted every part of me to be a little bit different. And then when it came time for college, I went to a state university for a year, and I just didn't really resonate with it. And I decided to get out and go somewhere different. So I transferred to a different school, and it was fun for a little bit, fun to get out from where I was grown up living. And then as time went on, I just realized that I wasn't really enjoying it. And I got on YouTube, and I had never watched YouTube as a kid, so it was like a new part of my life in general, and I started watching videos about veganism, and at the same point I was trying to improve my health because I just felt super awful in many ways, and had developed quite a few health conditions. So I was trying to heal myself, and then upon trying to improve my health and learning about that, I learned that you don't have to be working under another person. Like
Yeah.
you can create your own path in that sense, and that was really cool to me because I had always had problems here and there with bosses, and that whole way of working just, it didn't feel right. I felt like there was something else to do. Yeah, then I got involved in the fruit community as well, and I went to the Woodstock Fruit Festival, and one year, the first year that I went, I learned from Megan that I can be my own boss, and like how specifically to do it. And I think I'll be sharing in another video, like with Megan, actually the specific things she shared and how I applied them. So that was my journey for pretty much a full year, and it was starting to go a lot better with my business. It was growing fairly quickly. Then I went to the fruit festival the next year, and I just felt really ready to drop out of school because I felt like it was pulling me away from my dream, like what I wanted to do and creating my own business. And I just didn't feel like the classes were helping me. Felt like they were hindering me. So I met Charles, and Charles was all about like, live your dream life and don't let like other people's opinions affect you, and be okay without having the approval of others. That is like the one thing that stood out to me. And then from there I was just like, well, yeah, I don't need my parents to say that it's okay. Like I'm my own individual right now, and if I can financially find out how to do it, I can do it. So there was like a little sticky point then, and I was like trying to figure out how can I make this work now that I know I should do what I want to do without needing my friends and family saying like, yeah, go for it. And then I found Kanekiki, and that was another game changer, being able to come out here and not have an income, like just have a small bit of money saved. And then from there on out.
And life doesn't end. It's like, oh, you
Yeah.
can feed yourself, you have shelter, you like, you have friends and family that are going to support you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was another big wake-up call, living at the farm and realizing
Community so valuable.
and food and shelter are like, that's it. So that was a really amazing experience. And I would say the big things that stand out to me are listening to Megan explain the process and the steps she took. And
she's good at explaining things and making them simple.
Totally. And Joey helped with that as well, being the technical dude.
Did you see that one talk where he like went through like all those technical things of camera work and all that stuff?
Yeah.
That was super good.
Yeah. All of that is just helpful. So I think the big points are just like tuning in to what resonates with you and going full force in that direction.
Definitely.
And not feeling nervous or insecure that this is the wrong way to go, but just like allowing yourself.
Or feel it and allow it to be there, but don't make choices based on that nervousness. Just be like, it will come, it will go, it will, tomorrow I might feel completely different. Give it a day, Yeah. I'm curious how you feel now that like, certain videos have gone viral and you've had a certain amount of success. Like, how has your perspective changed? You're still so humble. Like, has it really hit you yet? Like, is it like, oh, now I can be like, told you so to my parents?
Yeah, I mean, really, like, I guess maybe it hasn't hit me yet, but I don't know if it is going to hit me. Like, I feel, the one thing that feels really good is the financial security right now from that big boom. But as far as, like, having a certain number of individuals following what I'm doing and watching the videos, it doesn't really feel that different. If anything, it just makes me want to share more higher quality content, more content in general, and that, the whole aspect of like the numbers of people jumping hasn't really
because
feel different.
You had gratitude for the lifestyle before it happened. And that's like so important. If you want something to manifest, just visualize that it's already happened and have gratitude, and try to bring gratitude closer and closer to your present moment, to whatever it is that you're currently doing that's going to yield a certain result or a goal at the end of the road. But like if you can bring gratitude closer and just be like, this is awesome, I'm in Hawaii, I've got community, I've got shelter, I've got food, and I'm doing what I'm passionate about, I'm filming and sharing my life, like then when the success actually does come, it doesn't go to your head and it doesn't like change who you are as a person. It's just like a cherry on top. It's like nice.
Yeah, for sure. There have been so many, almost like every single day, waking up here, and even if I'm in a funk of some sort, an emotional low, I still look at everything around me and it's like, all right. So much gratitude surpasses any little funk or sadness.
Yeah.
Do you want to share just like one of your visions for the future that you have going on right now?
Yeah. So this place, the Aina, we just picked lychees. We're about to go down to the waterfall. It's a beautiful Garden of Eden, kind of a Garden of Whedon because we're always just cutting grass here and whatnot. But we are moving towards food sovereignty. We've got a beautiful garden. We've got amazing fruit trees, a ocean view, and we're building a 3-bedroom house right now. So it's like retreats are on hold until that's all finished. And my vision is to start them up again, but also to have, which is something I shared with you the other day, is like have retreats that are for people that are inspirational on YouTube, that have a certain amount of following, that they can disseminate information across their network and allow like say 7 to 10 of those people to come out for kind of like a summit, and each person is going to have a day where they kind of give like a TED talk where they're like sharing some information with the group, and then the group discusses it. And all this information is going to be put together and made for a download for people to watch online, to purchase online, and the proceeds will go to all the people that helped to create it. And all the B-roll, like all the shots throughout the week of us going to different adventures will be interspersed, and it's just, hopefully it's just going to be like a inspiration bomb. Like you watch that and it's just going to jumpstart your life. You're going to realize that you are an active manifester and you create your reality, and here's some steps to do so, here's some inspiration. And that's like the latest incarnation of what I'm excited about. But I really love connecting with just anyone, and I want retreats to be a part of this place too. So
awesome.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see that all unravel.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you so much for coming up.
Yeah.
I hope you share some lychees with Megan.
Yes, I will. And for anyone who's interested in checking out some of your personal videos, and also the videos for here in the farm, where can they find those?
Yeah, youtube.com/fruitzen is for the Aina, and youtube.com/Evan the Rock is for my like personal rambling videos. A lot of it has to do with meditation.
Cool. Yeah, check those videos out. I think you'll really enjoy both of them, and subscribe to those 2 channels if you like the first video you see and want to see more of them. And be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up if you are ready to change something in your life that you've been thinking about for a little while.
Sounds good.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Aloha. Down.
See ya.
Oh my goodness. I love lychee.
They're so good.